Like representing a real estate client, property managers have fiduciary duties to their clients as well. But a property manager's situation is different in that their day-to-day tasks can vary widely. The property management agreement determines what the specific duties, obligations, and relationships between the parties will be. Whatever duties are agreed upon and specified, the property manager must provide. As part of their assigned responsibilities, a property manager may be called upon for anything from very limited duties, such as checking tenants' references and collecting rents, to that of providing complete property management services, including the hiring and managing of employees and possibly even locating additional rentals or other investment properties. So let's take a look at some of the most important elements that need to go into the property management agreement. First and foremost, the contract must specify what property is being managed. Is this a minimal job for a single room for a friend, or a mega complex for a multinational corporation containing 1,000 or more units? Next, and possibly the most important part of the agreement, is that portion identifying the authority that the property manager will be given. This is where individual duties are detailed and clearly stated. These include tasks like collecting rent. Simply collecting rents and forwarding them to an owner seems straightforward and yet can still be challenging. Determining how much rent should be paid can also be a property manager's responsibility and one that definitely requires licensing. Then there are security deposits, which play a significant role in the rental and leasing process. Both the state and federal government maintain close scrutiny on the handling of security deposits. If the property manager is going to keep them, they require a specific security deposit trust account that must be separate from any office accounts or other client trust accounts. If the owner, rather than the property manager, is going to hold security deposits, then an extra trust account isn't necessary. However, any security deposits received by the property manager must be transmitted to the owner in a timely fashion. There are also expenses to be considered. How much the property manager is allowed to spend on business expenses and repairs without additional approval from the owner is a key piece of the agreement. A property manager might have a set overall expense amount or may allocate funds from the types of expenses, such as repairs versus office supplies. The process for handling any purchase requisitions necessary, expense documentation and reconciliation, frequency or reporting to the owner, all should be set out in the agreement. Hiring extra staff is a consideration as well, and usually requires specific authorization from an owner. The lines must be clear as to what the property manager is allowed to do in terms of both hiring and terminating employees. And finally, the methods and timing of communication and contact with the owner should always be clear and direct as possible. Poor communication can be disastrous. Find out what type of communication works best for an owner and use it. Finally, be certain to at least provide reconciliations on a monthly basis and retain records as long as required.